Hey folks, Trucker Flip here. May of 2023 in America is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I got these three letters I want to share with you. T.F.S. And this means I talk, I fight, I'm a survivor. What I mean by that is I talk about the mental health challenges I'm dealing with and other challenges I'm dealing with, hoping to help somebody else out. You know, they hear me talking about it, they might feel better because, hey, I'm not the only one dealing with that problems or having these issues. Getting awareness out of mental health is a big key thing for me. I've dealt a lot of challenges in my life. F for fight. I'm fighting every day to deal with the challenges of mental health I deal with. And I'm fighting to get the information out about it, mental health. My goal is to, again, help somebody. And hear me, just an average person, as a truck driver, talk about it on social media like I'm doing right now. You know, maybe I can convince them to get the help they need. You might feel like, hey, I'm not the only one out there. S, I'm a survivor of it. I choose to survive because I fight and I talk about it. And maybe I can help someone else survive too. Mental health is a silent killer. In my opinion, not enough attention is brought to it. The mental health, there's so many categories to address. And I think a lot of people are afraid to admit they have an issue because they feel they're weak, which you're not. They're embarrassed about it. There's nothing to be embarrassed about it. Life's full of challenges. And, we sometimes need help to deal with it. I got, my opinion, two great therapists, hypnotherapists and a therapist. And because of those two people, I'm here today talking about it, mental health, taking all the things they coach me on, and I'm fighting to deal with my mental health challenges. And I can say right now in front of this camera that I'm a survivor. And I know the challenges that come getting to mental health. Dealing with do these people take my insurance, the deductibles. I've dealt with those challenges, and it's not easy, folks. I know that, but we got to find a way to take care of ourselves so that we can deal with the challenges ahead in life. Don't be afraid to change therapists. I'm glad I did 2 years ago. Well, this August will be over 2 years ago for me. I was seeing a therapist, and I didn't feel like I was getting the help I needed after being with that person for a year. And I was seeing a therapist for something else, and I said, hey, can you hook me up with somebody? And that person did, and I am so glad they did, because I'll tell you, I'm glad I listened to this person long time ago. His name is Montel Williams, and he talked about the challenges he dealt with in life on his talk show. He had millions of listeners, and he talked about stuff, we can save people or help people and not even realize it. So don't be afraid to talk about it. If people are going to be a bucket of crabs and try to tear you down, saying, "Oh, you're just looking for sympathy, blah, blah, blah." Well, for some people, when people do that to some people, it's like them sitting there with a freaking fire hose, pumping 200 gallons of gasoline on that fire, because that's just going to fuel people like me to talk about it and fight to get the information out, and hoping that we can help somebody and become survivors. And don't be afraid. If somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, can you help me?" Hey, help them, guide them as best you can. It takes a lot of courage for someone to say, "Hey, I need help," and don't blow them off. Because it's when someone says, "Hey, I need help," don't laugh or anything, make fun of them. This world is, especially today, is brutal compared to when I was growing up. God, it's brutal. It's brutal. So don't be afraid to help somebody, and take advantage of, like I'm doing, of social media, talking about mental health, and saying it's okay. You're not alone. There's millions of people. I mean, millions. Just in the United States alone, probably billions in the world that are seeking mental help to deal with the different challenges they have in life. Let me tell you, sometimes you need a hypnotherapist and a therapist. And I like to refer to them as coaches, and guiding us in how to tackle these issues. We have to tackle this thing with an open mind and listen to what the coaches tell us, and think about it and try it, what they recommend. If it works, great. If it's not working, well, say something to them so they can help come up with another game plan for you. That's what they went to school for. That's what they studied hard for, to help people like us. Me. God, the list of things I could tell, I've been through. I've had two great therapists. And the one I'm working right now, I am so glad I'm working with her. And same thing with my hypnotherapist. God, those two, wasn't for those two, I'd be struggling big time, and I don't know if I'd be here making this video. And I let them know, thank you all the time. And especially my therapist, because I see her once a week. If I can't be in the office, then I'll resort to over the phone. And my hypnotherapist, I can't wait to that day I can jump on a plane, jump on a boat, cross the pond, and buy him his favorite drink and give him a big hug and say thank you. So don't be afraid. I know there's challenges in getting that help, but don't give up, folks. If someone tells you, "Hey, I need help. Can you help me find somebody? Can you help me get me to my meeting or whatever?" Do it. Do it, please. Help them. All right? Because, another friend of mine, he shared a challenge he had in life. And because of that, because he talked, this July, I'll be celebrating 4 years of being alcohol free. My attitude, because he talked, he inspired word too. Now, talking can be a good cancer, if you don't mind me saying that. A good cancer. You know, how it spreads.